Hey everybody, this is Ray. How's it going? So, what is it that I mean when I say it's all subjective? Am I just trying to get out of arguments? Am I just making an excuse for liking things that are actually bad in an objective sense? No, I'm not. I'm just following literally the definitions of the English language as they are presented to us. I got on Twitter years ago when I first started the FliteCast, and I saw a whole bunch of people using the phrase objectively good or objectively bad, and that really bugged me because they were trying to make it seem like their opinions were actually facts. And you see a lot of people say that in passing on social media all the time, right? Like, this is fact, or these are facts, when really they're just talking about their opinions. Now look, obviously there's the colloquialism, and people say that is a fact because they're just trying to really validate how strongly they feel about their opinion. Okay, cool. But unfortunately, you have a lot of people that think that their opinions are actually facts. For people that get confused about this, that's why I say it's all subjective. Because at the end of the day, there's not a single opinion you have about movies, TV, comics, or any other art form that is even remotely objective. Just look at the definition. Objective literally means not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing facts. That absolutely rules out your opinion from being even remotely a fact or objective, because personal tastes and feelings are everything that is guiding your judgment with respect to that. When you want to sit there and call Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice objectively bad, you're wrong. That part is actually wrong. It is not objectively bad. Because what's the reason that you're calling it bad? Is it because you don't like how it was shot? Is it because you don't like Zack Snyder's directing style? Is it because you don't think Superman smiles enough? Or maybe it's because Batman kills. Like it or not, all of that is just your opinion, and it comes from your feelings. You don't like that Superman doesn't smile enough for you. You don't like that Batman kills, even though the movie expressly shows why him killing is a bad thing. You don't like Zack Snyder's style of writing and style of storytelling. The only things that are factual about that is that you feel that way, not your actual feelings themselves. Don't get that confused. Your feelings, your opinions on the matter, are wholly subjective, which literally means based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. Contrasted with objective, his views are highly subjective. Now look, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's like the biggest problem that I run into with people that want to fight me on it's all subjective. They think that because I'm saying their opinions are subjective that somehow I'm invalidating them. No, I'm not invalidating them at all, because my opinions are subjective as well. Like, I don't claim that anything I feel is a fact or absolutely ironclad either. Because when you get down to it, look at the definition of what a fact is itself. A thing that is known or proved to be true. Again, the thing here that is known or proved to be true is the fact that you feel a particular way. But once you put feelings into the equation, everything goes out the window as far as facts and objectivity. Everything you feel, all of your emotions, are an opinion. Literally defined as a view or judgment formed about something not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. It is your opinion that Avengers Endgame is the best comic book movie of all time. It is your opinion that Christian Bale is the best Batman of all time. It is your opinion that Star Wars is better than Star Trek. So when I say it's all subjective, that is literally what I mean. Nothing that we're saying, as far as our feelings or emotions, is factual other than the fact that it exists. If you think the sequel trilogy is a bad trilogy, or a worse trilogy than either the prequels or the original trilogy, that is your subjective opinion. There is nothing right or wrong with you having that opinion, but that's all it is, an opinion. It is not a fact. No matter how much you say it, no matter how much your friends say it, no matter how much anybody that follows you on Twitter says it, you can find a million people, literally a million people, that agree with you on how absolutely god-awful the sequel trilogy truly is and how it's destroyed everything that you know and hold dear about the Star Wars franchise. And it will never be anything more than just your own subjective opinion. But don't worry, the same goes for everybody who loves Zack Snyder's Justice League and thinks that it is the greatest shared cinematic universe era comic book movie ever made. That's an opinion that I tend to personally hold myself, but we'll save that for another episode. The bottom line is, you can agree or disagree with what I say, I can agree or disagree with what you say, and that is it. Neither one of us is right or wrong with respect to our opinions. And when you muddle the two between like opinion and fact, that's where you get into trouble. That's why I say it's all subjective, because people need to be reminded that their opinions are not fact, and that their facts are not opinions. I mean, think about movies, TV, comics, and the art form itself. The whole point of the story being told is that it's trying to evoke emotions from you. It's trying to get a feeling out of you. So you're not being objective. And when you hear the colloquialism of people saying, well, he's trying to be objective, he's trying to be impartial. Impartiality and fairness, totally different in this sense. Impartial is treating all rivals or disputants equally, fair, and just. And fairness is impartial and just treatment or behavior without favoritism or discrimination. Now, you can try and be as impartial or fair to whatever movie or TV show that you're watching or to whatever comic you're reading, but at the end of the day, it's still not objective. And you might think that it's semantics, but you gotta look at the discourse on social media. So it's real easy to look at this video and say, wow, Ray, you are so condescending. You think we don't know what these words mean? Well, a lot of people don't. If they did, they wouldn't be saying things were objectively good or objectively bad, even in a colloquial sense. And just to be clear, for all the film school people out there, or for all the people who've worked in the industry and tell me that there are standards, and what do you learn in film school otherwise, that there's no right or wrong to doing a particular thing, well, I went to film school too. That's how I know that subjectivity is a thing. See, when I took media history, the 110 course, and we were learning about the history of Hollywood and the history of television broadcast and the history of radio and all that type of medium, that was historical fact that we were learning about. But when I took media aesthetics and I learned about dynamic and static balance and I learned about rule of thirds and chiaroscuro, those were subjective techniques that plenty of filmmakers have broken and bent over the years. Creative license, creative freedom in general, implies heavy subjectivity. Whoever the writer, director, or creator is that is making a creative choice, they are counting on their own subjectivity to make that choice. They think it's a good one. You get to determine as the audience whether you consider it a good or a bad one from your perspective. And again, find all the people in the world that agree with you. It will never change that opinion from being subjective. Facts and objectivity have absolutely nothing to do with how many people agree with it, and everything to do with the fact that they can't be disputed. And if you have an opinion about something that differs from someone else's, well, then that's a dispute. And they're not right or wrong for their dispute. You're not right or wrong for disputing them. It's just literally a matter of subjective opinion. So the next time someone tries to call me out for using it's all subjective as a cop-out to say that a bad movie is really good or a good movie is really bad, my response is, no, I just disagree with your opinion. You're allowed to disagree with mine. It's really not that big of a deal, unless you want to make it one, which that says more about you than it does about me. And vice versa, if I want to make a big deal out of it as well, that's the beauty of subjectivity. It goes both ways. If you agree with any of that or enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more videos on this channel. Check out theflightcast.com for my blog and my weekly podcast, and also check out patreon.com/theflightcast for a bunch of extra bonus content that you can get if you yourself become a member of the FliteCast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.